Fort Frances, which is very close to the Manitoba border. So they do most of their curling in the club in Fort Frances Curling Club, and they don't get to travel too much because the distances are so far that they have to go.
Oh, I see. Up in the house now is Lisa Robitaille, who's throwing her second rock from the BC, and they're out of the MacArthur Island Curling Club pad out of the Kamloops, BC. So that's a long travel for them too. So
absolutely. I think at home though they might have closer distances of travel to go to clubs to curl other teams.
Yeah, out in BC, BC's a big curling province anyway, so some great teams come out of British Columbia. So
yes, they've had some great ones over the years.
And
now we have a empty house.
Empty house with the third and the skip rock to come forward.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and get a time on this draw hog to hog and see what this ice is running at.
A good time on the hog to hog is usually about 14.3.
Yeah, 14.3 depending on the ice.
Yeah.
We see that on the national broadcast all the time, so we'll just try and get a time on this.
Yes, and that's the third Leanne Look. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Eluck, E-L-U-I-C-K.
No C in there.
No C, just okay. Then it is Eluck.
Eliot, I think
Eliot,
she said.
okay.
Stop there.
Ooh, that didn't sound very good, and she drew.
Yeah, I didn't get much of a time on that because
they kind of get in
we're
the
upstairs here now, and the curler following the rock so close. You can't see when she's going over the hog line.
Now we have our third from British Columbia, Kelsey Martin, who's in her first Travelers Cup tournament. And it looks like she's just hitting for a stick and staying right there with it, right on the outside the button. She looks like she got a little wide too, Pat.
Not much curl there.
No, and she looks through fairly big weight. She might have got a piece of it, Pat, not enough to put it out.
Yeah, just there.
Oh, it's a little break there for Northern Ontario.
I'll try that again and see if I can get a time on this. Hard to see.
This is Elaine. She was throwing her second rock, the third. She was just drawing into the house, Pat.
Yeah. Leanne, Elio.
Okay, here we go. We should be able to get a good time on this one, Pat. So it should be fairly close. They're not laying a broom now. They're on it.
Looks like about 14-2 there.
Well, that's pretty right on the money for the button. She's just inside on the 12-foot, top of the 8.
Lovely draw.
Yes, it is, and well split up. And this is Kelsey Martin's second rock.
You get to see how she does here and see what the skips are throwing like on these teams.
She might have get out a little wide the last time there, and
see she's trying the intern this time instead.
It's holding, but it's starting to curl, Pat.
This will bust hard here.
It is busting hard. This could be a miss, Pat, which is a big mistake.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that is a.
Of course, they're just learning the ice too, so.
Yeah, that's right.
So, those things could pick up.
Yeah, she's playing a draw around. Looks like she's playing a draw, Pat, around that top one on the 8-foot.
Yeah, this is a skip from Fort Frances. That's Katie Jackson.
Katie Jackson.
I think they were telling me she was at the Travelers about 4 years ago, I believe.
She was in this before, you had said, Pat?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. So the ice is fairly quick. Overall total probably running around 24 and a half. Hog to hog is about 14.3, so.
Have a look at her.
They're on it right away. I don't know, maybe they are playing just a guard, Pat?
I don't think they'll be playing a guard here. Shouldn't be.
Yeah, really, especially if you,
That's pretty slow though. That's 15 seconds, but they were on that, swept it all the way, and that's a
yes.
lovely piece of sweeping there. So.
Well, there's a chance there to open it up a bit for them. If they could. They burned it, Pat. I believe they're pulling it off, so it must have got burnt coming down.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when the team that's throwing touches the rock or comes redirects it. They have to wait for it to come to a stop before they take it off the ice.
It's true.
Now we have the skip, Laurie Olson from British Columbia, and this is her first time at the Travelers Cup. We'd like to welcome them all to the Miramichi.
Yes, I think they seem to be enjoying it. They seem to like the club quite a bit. A few of them that I've talked to so far.
Yeah, I was here last night for the reception, and they did a great job here. And she was in full swing when I left. So she's throwing nice takeout weight here. She might even be playing a bit of a double. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Nose, no. Great shot. She's lying one.
You see how Skip Jackson does here.
Yes. A hit and stick would force British Columbia to draw.
She's looking at one of the stones her team threw before. She's going after it with the outturn. And remember the one stone on the intern they tried?
Yes.
BC that moved over so hard there.
Yeah, it broke big time there, about 3 feet, and it was above draw weight too. So, well, they're going to be throwing the out-turn at this. She's close, so they're staying on. Let's keep it straight. She looks to be a nice little nose hit. She's going to have to draw here because I believe if she nose hits that, Pat, I don't think she'll be counting.
Might not be, no.
It could be. So she's going to hit and maybe roll. Just all she has to do is roll a little bit to the center, and she'd have it.
That looks like what she's doing, and
looking up over the TV there, Pat, on our right here. Yeah, she needs a little bit of a roll to go into the 12-foot because she is biting the back of the 12.
Her other option would be a draw, but
well,
when you're not don't know the ice in another club that well, this might be the better option.
Yeah, instead of being down 2, you'd only be down 1, and she's playing the odds here, which only makes sense at this time of the game. It's only early, and they do only play 8 ends. So she needs to hit and roll a little bit to the center line. It's not they're not laying a broom to it yet. It's just staying straight, Pat, and it could be.
She's gonna get a little roll like this.
And I believe Pat.
She got it.
Yes, she come up with one, and a great shot by Laurie Olson. Congratulations, Laurie, on that shot. Now the other players, Pat, on the BC team are they have a 5th with them. Is Teresa Tarandi, and she's the 5th, and their coach is Ray Olson. And they are curling out of the MacArthur Island Curling Club. Pat, you have your line up there for Northern Ontario?
Oh, yeah. They have a 5th traveling with them, too. It's Teresa McFadden. So
okay.
I should probably see some action before the week's over. I imagine both the 5ths see action before the week's over.
Yes, yeah.
They usually, when they travel this far, they usually look to get everybody in some playing time.
Yes, because they all just curl out of their own clubs. We know this is a big thing, this championship here. So this is Andrea Barassa once again throwing the lead rock for British Columbia, who are 1-0 after the first end. And the ice seems like it's picking up again, Pat. She's into the 12-foot, 8-foot area.
Yeah, normally they would be looking for a center line guard there.
Yes.
She's almost to the T line. So.
And now Northern Ontario has called for a corner guard.
Yeah.
Go after their 2.
Trying to set up for the 2.
Yeah.
See what what happens.
Yes, this is all these teams that are playing. They're all playing 8-in games, and the timing is. I believe they have 2 timeouts also with this pad. I believe.
Oh, I think so. That's pretty standard for national competitions.
Yes, yeah, and she's got a nice little corner guard up. Not quite the corner, but not bad.
Yeah, unable to remove it this time because we're using the 4-rock rule here, not the 5.
Yes, the reason they're not using the 5-rock rule is because they played the championship out of their clubs. Or was done with the 4-rock rule, so they carried it over to the Canadian Championship, which is a great idea. Yeah, it's going to make it a lot harder when they do come in with that 5-rock rule, but it's better for the game of curling.
Well, it allows for more scoring. You're never out of it.
Yes, and because I can remember games that were 1-0 and 2-1. It was once in the older days.
Yeah, without any kind of free rocks.
Exactly. Once you got the lead, all you did was peel back then.
Well, if you had a hitting team, you're almost guaranteed.
And these are all the ladies that are out here this afternoon on the first draw. And there'll be 2 teams with a bye.
Nice to see the rink full.
It is. It's great, Pat. Even showing the colorfulness and the sponsorship that's gone with this is phenomenal. Actually, if you're listening to this on the stream, drop down to the Miramichi Curling Club. It's just down by the French Fort Cove, and there's lots of room here for everyone. Seats are all set up downstairs, and we are upstairs over the ice surfaces. So nice draw, beautiful draw.
It's hard to watch just the one sheet when all this action is going on around you.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we'll try to keep an eye up there, and we'll get some scores for you after each end. I'll get some scores for you, Pat, if you're going to keep going there. We'll get some scores over here.
So BC is trying to return for her center guard, but it looks like she might be coming right into the rings. Awful close anyway.
Well, she called for just to block her own there, but now she's got a center line guard. Imagine now Northern Ontario might open this up. Is she going to come through? No.
She's looking for some height. She wants to either hit and roll off that top one, or if it holds its line, it should take the one out that's in the house.
Yes, it should, yeah. Depending on the way she's calling for. Just.
This should curl quite a bit.
She threw up weight, Pat.
Well, she's looking for it.
She's awful close, and I believe, Patty, she's all over the guard.
Yeah.
But she might get a little roll here if it goes right.
Open now, but you see that maybe try and put something up in front of it to protect it.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a good call, yes, but I think if I was BC, I might even take that the one out in front on the center line. Might be.
Well, you could put yellow onto red there pretty easy.
Yeah.
It looks like. She's going to try and protect the one that's just biting the 4-foot there.
Looks like she's got great weight coming.
This should curl quite a bit here.
Yeah, it's starting to move now for her, Pat. She might even get around that front one if she hurries. Oh, she by it? Yes, she did get by it, and now she's got to get in past there. That's a great draw.
Very good sweeping.
Very good sweeping. Great draw into the 8-foot. And now you probably see Northern Ontario doing a raise here.
Well, they're going to try and raise that red one back on there. Clear up some of that mess in front.
Yeah, there is quite a bit of junk out in the front of it. So Quebec and
if she gets a straight run back, she's. This is a good look around. This is a really good look around.
She should be good, Pat. One of them.
get some scores on those?
Yeah, I got Alberta now up with Quebec 1-0 after the first end, and Manitoba is leading Nova Scotia 2-0. And Nunavik and the Northwest Territories are up 1-0 after the first end. Nova Scotia and Newfoundland holds a 1-0 lead after one. And on our sheet is BC over Northern Ontario 1-0, and the what's that one on sheet 6, Pat?
PEI.
Why? The Territories.
Oh, Yukon.
Yeah, Territories, and the Yukon's leading 1-0 after one. So
I think that second sheet bucket is Manitoba and New Brunswick.
oh, is it, Pat?
Yeah, I think you said Nova Scotia.
Yes,
Nova Scotia's over here. It's hard to see those boards down there.
Yeah, yeah, because it's in the yellow.
Newfoundland here.
Oh yes, okay. Yeah, there you are correct, Pat. Yes, it is, Pat. Manitoba and New Brunswick's down 2-0. And I see BC drew in another one here.
Yeah, they did. I'm looking for a little roll here.
It looks like it's going to be a nose hit, Pat. Nope. Oh, great.
Roll too far.
A little too far, yeah.
Hold it a little bit more.
She might come over after that one there. Would be her best bet, eh?
It's hard to hold it on there, maybe, but she's leaving her other one wide open too. So.
Well, if she hits noses here, she's going to be line 2 and will force Northern Ontario's hand. So.
But it might, depending on where she rolls to, it stays.
Oh,
it stays in the open, it makes it up a double.
Okay. Well, she's laying a broom to a jet. Looks like a little weight, Pat.
Well, she wanted that takeout, but it's going to roll out.
A little, yeah. So, hit and stick here on this on the 4-foot.
Or hit and roll in behind a little cover here would be good.
Yeah, she just threw one here that she played a nice hit and roll with, so she knows the ice. Do they, Pat, do they take a break after 4 ends and clean the ice, or do they play right through?
Most of the national competitions, they do take a break and sweep the ice down.
Okay. Haven't laid too much of a broom to her. She got a little wide.
She upped her weight a bit.
Well, she's all right.
On the nose.
Yeah, but a hit and roll here could be trouble there for Northern Ontario.
Yeah. And
it's Skip Rocks. Okay, Laurie Olson.
Yeah.
So Pat, on the timers, I see everyone started with 30 minutes. I haven't been doing this for quite a while, and I know the old times used to be 72 minutes.
Yeah, they changed it a few years ago. Now they call it thinking time. They just do it pretty much backwards to what they did before.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you only get 30 minutes of actual playing time, but they don't count getting out of the way.
And it's when it's released and not the hog line then.
You see how this one does.
Well, they're sweeping it now, so she must be on it a little bit.
It's curling on her.
This looked like board weight there, Pat.
It's curling on her,
yeah.
So it's gone out.
Well, this could be trouble here if she can draw around this corner here for her.
Yeah.
For Northern Ontario.
She was very good in the practices. See how she does here. Trying to get a time on this.
Yes, I was going to suggest, Pat, maybe get a time on the hog to hog here, and this should help us quite a bit. Yeah, she was in her practice round. She was right on the button.
Yeah, she was biting the button to see who. This is the one to see who gets hammered in certain games.
Yes. Yeah, they always have this all pre-drawn, eh? So you see who has the hammers and throw out.
Let's see how she does this time.
Okay.
Katie Jackson.
Katie Jackson.
They're sweeping it on the way. Look.
Yes, they are too, Patty. We're going to see what we get here at the hog line. It looks might be a little bit light, Pat, is it? Yeah. She might get a biter, Pat. She's going to get a biter. They were ready to give her up on, but she's got a biter. Oh, she's got more than a biter. She's got the full. Comes right in top of the 12.
That was 15.2. We're sweeping that right out of her hands.
So,
they had to work hard at that one.
Yes, they did. Now Lori Olson, the skip for BC, will attempt, I assume. She might try to get an inside roll on this.
That's going to be hard with that rock sitting on the center line.
Yes, yes. I see Kelsey.
And if she likes her throw on top, she might wreck on that top bit.
Yes, I don't see the rock. And,
no.
Yeah, they're just off to the side of us here, so the overhead camera, I have the camera there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, she might get an inside roll. Depends on her weight, I guess. Rory's last rock. She did. She's close.
No, she's going to get a roll over to the side, maybe.
Yeah, she is. Nose.
Just about hit that one.
Well, I'd say she's going to have to. I assume Northern Ontario would draw.
I would think so.
Yeah, because looking at the overhead camera there, Pat, Lori just ended up being right in the 12-foot.
She's going to draw the other way.
She's
going to draw.
Throw the intern.
Yeah. This is a different way to do it, but she's seen how much that last one of hers moved, so she doesn't want to hit the yellow one and tap it in.
No.
But this will run straight for quite a ways, and then go late.
Just after the hog, maybe.
It'll run pretty straight coming up the line. See if she throws a little better time with this one. She was a little light on the last one.
Well, there will be a draw for two with a 2-1 lead. Pat has taken a timer on it, and the girls are sweeping right out of her hand. She's going to be awful close, Pat, if they stay on it.
Ooh. She's pretty light.
Yeah. Great opportunity there to pick up a pair, but she's going to come up just a bit short.
16 seconds hog to hog.
Yeah, okay, so after two ends, it's we have a tie game, 1-1. So, Pat, this is the 10th year sponsorship by Travelers Canadian Curling Club. So there's 14 teams from Canada's Curling Membership Association, 10 provinces, 3 territories, and the Northern Ontario is represented by both men's and women's. 14 teams of each, men's and women's, and this afternoon's first draw is the ladies.
And the men will be on at 7 tonight?
Yes, and the opening ceremonies are at 6:15, so if you're listening and you want to come down to this evening's game, the opening ceremonies are at 6:15.
And the celebrity throwing first rock is Linda Sobey.
Linda Sobey, yes, she retired. She is originally from Maple Glen.
Yeah, she married to Arnold, and she curled on Vern Potter's Curling Impaired.
Oh yes, and
Vision Impaired Curling team. Yeah.
And Pat was part of that team too. That went up there as the blind. What was that called, Pat? The Canadian
Vision Impaired Curling.
Vision Impaired. Yes, yeah, exactly. So,
in Ottawa.
In Ottawa, and you went up 2 or 3 times now, Pat.
Yeah, 3 times I believe. With Vern Potter, they did win the bronze medal 1 year there.
Oh, that's great.
And Linda's vision impaired, legally blind. That's all members of those teams had to be legally blind.
Yeah.
And it's really going to be nice to see her out here throwing opening stone for these.
Yes, it will be. Yes. So, and on sheet 2, New Brunswick picked up a pair, and they're now tied with Manitoba 2-2. And also on sheet 3, I should be saying sheet C, I guess.
Yeah, they.
Nunavik and the North Territories are tied 1-1 after 2. And
they changed the lettering on these this year to alphabet rather than numerical.
well, I guess it'd be just much easier. I mean, we do have 6 sheets of ice here in this beautiful club.
Yeah, this is really something to. This gives club curlers a chance to reach a national event where they're not going to the Briar or some other championship, national championship like the juniors. It gives them a chance to have a taste of a national competition.
Yes, yes, they do. See, Northern Ontario now are 2 in the house, and BC threw up a corner guard, so.
Yeah, they're looking to score an end here. I think Northern Ontario probably would have liked to have one out of the house.
Yes. Yeah, each on this here Travelers also, each team has allowed only one player who has played in a provincial / territory in the juniors, or the men's Briar, or the women's Scotty, or the senior championships in the previous or current 4 curling seasons, or participated in a full field Grand Slam event in the current or the previous 4 years too, Pat. So there's no stacked rinks here.
Well, that's the beauty of this, is that if you have participated in those, before you can come to one of these as a Travelers, you have to be away from a national curling championship for 4 years. So.
Well, that makes it great for the club curlers, Pat, and it gives everybody a chance in Canada, and even the smaller clubs, to produce a championship team.
Yes, that's for sure. I mean, that's like these ones from Northern Ontario. They're a small little town, and I imagine most places are like that. They don't get to do a lot of traveling to curl and come out and really enjoy this. And it might be for a lot of people just a once in a lifetime experience.
Yes, it would be actually, and I see BC had come up there to try to get both of them out, and she didn't throw enough weight. Now Northern Ontario, mind you, they're all behind the house behind the 4-foot, and they're line 3 right now, and I think she's called for the second, Lisa Robitaille, to just to draw in. No, I guess not. She's playing the hit on the outside one, Pat. And this is curling, Pat.
Not gonna get it.
Not enough, or too much ice. Not enough. Holy jumpings.
There's a lot of curl outside in on these sheets, or inside out.
Yes, yeah. Now Northern Ontario will try to go behind that, kind of like just off the center for a center line guard there. So that's your second, I believe.
Yeah, it's Jackie Morello.
And this Travelers Championship, Pat, teams they're split into 2 7-team round robin pool, and after round robin, the top 3 in each division move on to the playoffs, which will be, I believe, Thursday or Friday, Saturday.
That was a beautiful draw she just made.
Yes, she did too.
It's half open.
And it should come over for her pretty good. It's should be a bit board weight there. She's up her weight a little bit. It's not curling very much, Pat, is it?
No.
It could be a miss. That's another. Just throwing just a tad heavy. And with this ice is, it takes them a little bit to get their weight down.
Well, yeah, ice is pretty fast. It's just fairly unforgiving if you happen to set it out a little bit. It doesn't seem to want to come back at all. Just talking to Linda Sobey, and I'm looking over an I-6, and there's one from VI, her name is Sobey, and we got a McFadgen here, and we got a McFadgen on an I-5 with us too.
Holy jumpings.
A lot of common names, I
Yes, they could be distant relatives. She's just drawn in around that corner, around that center line guard there. I don't know if she's going to...
think. She's got another close one.
Yes, she does, Pat. It's going to be a dandy if she gets in behind. No, she didn't.
Didn't quite make it.
But I would imagine now BC would have to hit here and roll, hopefully hit and roll.
Well, we're
Showing the intern at it.
looking at 5 red rocks still in play there.
You've got to eliminate some of them, or you could have you could be shaking hands early if you don't. That's Kelsey Martin just throwing her the thirds. She's toned her weight down a bit. It looks like she's going to have a hit, and that
Oh, yeah.
it's going to be a nose hit.
Might be a little bit of a roll. Just a touch.
Just had to curl a bit more, Pat, and it was a great shot by Kelsey. And now Northern Ontario, look, we'll play the same shot. Hopefully get a little bit of a roll.
Oh, she threw big away.
Boys, she might get inside too, Pat. She's got to have a good looking shot.
They got to go. It's curling.
Yeah, big time. Yes, it is. Might be on her back one. Oh, she popped it out.
Through the hole.
Great shot. And she hung around to the back of the 8 foot. Now everything's out in front of the tee line, Pat. So the ones on the side don't count till it's time.
We got 4 rocks in the house, and they're all behind the tee line. So
Yes. You don't like to see them, but I guess she's playing one of them. She's playing the one in the back of the 8 foot.
yeah, it's number 1 shot. So.
Well, yeah, I think it would have been good maybe to even draw, but I guess she's decided to go with the hit.
That'll curl big time over
This could be all over the guard, Pat.
She looks like she's very close to it.
She's awful close to the guard.
Just touches it.
Yeah. Did you get a wick on the back one? Well, she eliminated, but the house is still wide open. Usually those ones at the back of the houses don't very often come into play. And what's our skip going to do here, Pat?
Jackson, she's going to try and draw behind those 2 center lines here, I think. 2 center line lines. She's taking a lot of ice, but
Yeah,
the weight's been a little bit low on the last 2 draws she's had. She's a little
okay, maybe we can get some kind of a time on this one, and we'll see.
see, might have to stand up so you can see the tee line or the outline.
Yeah. She gets us in behind here. BC could be in trouble. So.
She threw a little more this time. With 13.5.
13.5. She's awful close, Pat. Little should be behind the 4 foot, is it?
Yeah, it's behind.
Yeah. Well, there's BC has something to draw up to, Pat.
Back 4.
Yeah. She just follow her in now, which she'll probably do. She looks like she's taking a little bit more ice, Pat.
Yeah. Try and get a time on this.
Yeah.
Olsen here and see what happens.
Yeah, this is Laurie throwing now for Skip Stones. Laurie Olsen curling out of the MacArthur Island Curling Club out of Kamloops, BC. And these are all first timers at the Travelers Canadian Curling Championships here on the Marin Machine, New Brunswick.
Looking this one over pretty good here.
Yes, she has to get into she has to get a part of the 4 foot, Pat. They're not laying a broom to it yet, so she's out there a long ways.
Well,
Did you get a time on this one?
gotta wait for the next hog line. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna know. Here's not bending very much, Patty.
She's
She's heavy.
about the same speed as.
Ooh, they're not touching it. Now she's starting to come over. She is number one.
But it's behind the T line too.
Yeah, so she.
Sit on top of it now. It's going to be hard to get it over there. She's taking a little less ice.
She's taking a little less ice, and she probably just throw backline weight back because she hits that on the nose. She's going to be lying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Maybe she's hoping to come across the face and kick it right out.
That's what I'm thinking she's trying, Pat. That's why she took less ice, and probably backline weight would do it, eh? It's a late break, though, Pat, after it comes to the house.
Yeah, it won't break at all if you throw big weight.
No.
Well, not as much if you throw
Yeah, the backline weight should come right over the face of that.
puff.
Here's a big shot for her. This could put BC in big trouble here if she makes this. Once they just get their draw weight down, and that's what she's throwing, Pat. Back ring, back line, and it should start breaking for her now, and it's coming over now, Pat, for her big time. And she's going to get a nose hit, Pat, and drive it out.
And lay 2, 3.
She's lying 1, 2, 3 for sure, Pat.
Yeah.
And now she has to draw in once again. A piece of the button. She needs a piece of the button, Pat.
She's taking the same ice as she did last time, too.
Yeah. That was a great shot there by Northern Ontario.
Yeah.
And some of these ladies, Pat, that have traveled from all over Canada, they've come a long way, sir. Especially up in the territory part.
Yeah, a lot of traveling for those people.
Yes, it is.
Sure. And it must be hard to organize a championship in the territories because most of that would be air travel.
Oh yes, yeah. Hello for getting jet lag, I would assume. Especially if they are in darkness now and they get here and they arrive in darkness. So.
Yeah. And most are winter darkness there.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Well, here comes a shot by Laurie Olson, and it's a must-make shot for her. And they're on it right away, so they better stay on. They're taking a look at it, and they better hurry or it's going to pull on them. Ooh, they better hurry. She's by the front. She's going to get a piece of the button, Pat. No, she's a little short. It's going to be, could be a steal. There's a steal of 2 for sure, Pat. Maybe 3. I'm not sure where she ended up in the 8-foot.
We're doing 8B here. 5.
There's always someone in the back, Pat. He thought we were on the wrong sheet, did he?
They told us to do this one.
That's what's on the schedule anyway, Patty. So they picked up picked up 3, Pat.
3. So they're leading 4-1 now.
4-1, yes.
Ontario over BC.
She had the right line and everything, Pat. She just come up a little short, which is hard to do.
Like,
Yeah. They should be used to the weight by now because it's not tightening up. It's staying pretty hog to hogs. It's still about 14-2, 14-3. Northern Ontario now coming right into the rings.
right at the top of the button.
Yeah.
Or the forefoot.
That's a great location for it. And we don't have any other updates on the other end yet. We'll give them to you as we go. Once again, the opening ceremonies are this evening at 6:15 at the Miramichi Curling Club. where all the dignitaries could be here for a few opening speeches, and then the men are on at 7 p.m.
Well, on sheet F, PEI is leading Yukon Territories 2-1 after 3 innings. The second inning was blanked in that game.
Okay, all right.
I think Newfoundland is leading Nova Scotia 2-0 after 3 innings.
Okay.
And Manitoba picked up 3 against New Brunswick. They're leading 5-2 after 3 innings.
And sheet A, Pat, is still showing 1-1. I guess they put the. Oh, they're still playing the third end, Pat.
Yeah. I think that was the last drop, just thrown over there.
Yeah.
So.
And our feature game is 4-1 for Northern Ontario over British Columbia.
And Northern Ontario's laying 2 right now. So I don't know if she's asking for a takeout.
She's asking maybe just to draw, maybe pat to the face of it. She fairly big weight, Pat. Maybe just a tap back. No, she should be good. Yeah, just split them up. Little bump. Oh, she's starting to curl over now, Patty.
She gets it behind. Maybe she's just going behind the corner, was she?
Well, I never know. It didn't look like that, but it's a good-looking shot, and she's behind the corner guard. It's a good-looking shot. Now she will peel.
No, she can peel this one now. Actually, Northern Ontario will be looking at just keeping it as clean as they can.
Yes, especially when you're up 3, and we're only playing regulatory 8-end games, so she is taking care of the guard. Oh, she got a little bit of a break here. She did get the one out and took the corner guard off, and she opened it up.
Yes. Never sure what you're going to get.
No, curling is very tricky by times.
Curling gloves will catch up to you.
Yeah, your luck sometimes runs out. And there's the first one on sheet F, Pat, there to see the red team hogging the rock. So it's a little unsure of their weight there also. It's a good looking shot coming here. A little biter in the 12-foot for BC. I'm not sure, Pat, did it get behind? No, I don't think it's behind the guard.
Yeah, see a little bit of it, I think.
Yeah.
See Northern Ontario's with her takeouts.
Yeah, we'll see how much it curls. She's threw big weight at it, Pat.
Well, that's girls on that. See inside out, they move a little bit.
She's close. She got by and stayed right with it too, Pat. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Well, Pat, we never got our tickets for that. They never come near us.
No, they didn't check us out at all.
No, sir. We'll remember that. Also, this is also being streamlined, Pat, on sheet 2, where New Brunswick is playing, and our representative is out of Curl Moncton, Pat.
Yes.
The girls' team skipped by Anouk Roy, second Julia Gooden, third Courtney Berry, and the lead is Louise Richor. Right now they're down 5-2.
Yeah, I think New Brunswick men's team should warm them up to it.
Yeah, and okay, we'll check out on them too. That's all the ladies. The men must be at the front of the book. Yes, they are.
see Northern Ontario is going to try and raise their own red one back on that yellow one that's number one shot there.
It'd be hard to get at the Northern Ontario red one over there. They're both lying. I'm not sure which one. Looks like it's red.
No, it's really starting to move now.
She got a piece. She got a piece of her own, Pat.
I know, but
She didn't want that. Oh, just moved it over more. Yeah.
maintain the status quo for a while. Not so much with BC having the hammer here, having a chance at it.
Yeah, she's calling for a draw right to the corner of the Ontario rink, or rock rather, I should say. Yeah, Pat, you were saying the men's, Team New Brunswick, they're out of the Oromocto Curling Club for the men's, and the skip is Trevor Hansen. Second is Jeff Rankin. Third is Chris Jenkins, and the lead is Chris Cogswell. Their fifth player is Todd Hill. So good luck, boys, on those on the Travelers Championship.
Rock girl.
Yes, it's picking up. That's what she called for, but I don't believe she wanted the corner freeze, but that's not bad, Patty. That's a great shot. It's out in front of the tee line.
Going to make a decision now.
Yes, she has to. That one lone, well, she got two lone rocks. I guess the one is out counting the other yellow stone on the top of the 12.
Yeah. She's asking for removal of that top yellow one.
This is the third rock, Pat.
Threw big weight at this.
She ever throw big weight? She's going to peel it out.
Sure. Almost got the back one going down.
Yes, I think she was playing either or there, so this will be British Columbia's second rock. And she's playing the draw I assume she's playing the corner freeze, Pat.
Same as the last time, I believe.
Yeah. She got out to the broom. Starting to come over now, Pat, but might be stay honest. She could have a good looking shot. Oh, look at me bending now, Pat.
The one that bends hard.
Nice little tap.
I believe red could be number one.
Yes, our overhead camera showed us red being number one. Pat, you're still curling. You're curling in the Omega League this year.
Yeah.
You don't do any more club curling?
No, I just do the afternoon.
Yeah. Which is better anyway. Yeah. More fun. As we get older, it's harder to do.
As your eyesight goes, you don't see so well after dark. It's the best way. You're home before dark.
Yeah. So, but you're still involved, Pat, with the New Brunswick Firefighters curling that you send a team to every year.
Yeah.
Which is
in the Omega League goes pretty well because we usually take a trip maybe to Bathurst or to Rexton to play during the year. So.
And that's through the clubs, eh? So that's a great pastime, and it's open to all ages, Pat. After what is it, 55?
55 and over.
55 and over. So anyone that would like to try curling, if you're over the age of 55 and you don't want to be into the club curling, then you come out on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 o'clock here at the Miramichi Curling Club.
Pretty fun league anyway.
Yes, and it'll be a great camaraderie. So
over the years, we've had a lot of people come out and curl that never stepped on a sheet of curling ice till they retired. So.
Well, that's good. It gets its exercise. I know I only play in the fun spiels now, and I was into it heavy too. So.
We got some guys.
What is she playing here, Pat? She's playing a takeout.
Yeah,
on the top yellow, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
You know, she's going to have a nose hit, Pat. She's going to be on a red one, but that's all right. I think that's what she wanted, didn't it? Ooh, 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 ooh. That's not too bad, Pat.
She's laying 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah. Now, Team Olsen has a decision to make. They're a lone yellow one there, and like you say, 2, 3, and 4 belong to Northern Ontario.
I wonder how to get that out of there.
I don't know if they can, Patty, unless they just play corner freeze, maybe. That would work.
Draw over there.
She took quite a bit of ice here to make it come over as they did. The draw's not there for that. Corner freeze would be. That's your answer right there, yeah.
They're cleaning the ice between after the 4th end there.
On sheet B. No, sheet C. C, yeah. Nunavik and the North Territories.
They come a long way to play each other down here.
Holy jump, did they ever? and it would be a long flight too, Pat. So she is playing the draw, Pat. I believe she'd like to get a corner freeze there. Would be her ideal shot.
Oh, gotta be careful where she puts it here because wouldn't want to leave a double, and then you have to be drawn against 4 or something. So.
Yes. Even rolling back, Pat, to the back of the 8-foot here wouldn't be too bad for her either, as long as she's number 1 and 2. Looks like she might.
She threw quite a bit of weight.
Yeah, and it looks like she went a little bit wide too, Pat, and it's not bending for her, so
Start seeing her.
she's slowing down. Here's where she's coming in now, Pat.
She's got a piece of it.
Yeah, she's on the corner. She's on the corner. Great looking shot. That's what she was looking for, Pat. That's a great shot there by Team Olsen. I would assume that she's going to throw takeout weight here. She should be able to open the house right up.
Yeah, probably end up being a draw for 2 or something. I don't think she can get.
Oh, she could get both of them. No, she's going the other way, Patty.
She hits her own.
She'll be lying 1-2.
It stays. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but you go down there and take another look at it, they could change their mind again, so. And I see sheet B has finished up their 4th end, Pat. And I don't see a blank up there, so I'm not sure what got. And we have the fans here beside us waving their hometown flags. Newfoundland. She is playing the hit, Pat, by that weight. And it will come over for her. She's close. They're staying right with it.
Just hit her own.
Yeah, that's what she's doing. She's not going to hang around. Now hitting nose hit, Pat would give her 2.
Yeah. Yeah, if she gets the nose hit.
Yeah.
But it forced her into the shot.
Yes, well, she has to stay here in order to make this game a little closer and bring it up to 4-3. So. And their ice crew is getting ready to. They just finished up cleaning up sheet B and C. Nunavik and the North Territories are tied 2-2 after 4.
New Brunswick got 2 and it's 5.
New Brunswick,
Got 2.
yeah, they have it 5-3, but I believe it's 5-4 after 4 ends. It's going to be a barn run over there, Pat, with lots of rocks. She's close here, Pat. The nose hits. It's curling. They're staying with it. She's going to hang by, Pat. Yes, she did. Great shot for 2.
Yeah.
Great shot. She needed that. So
it's 4-3 as they go to the break.
yes, at the end of 4 for Northern Ontario, up 4-3, and will retain the hammer. Sore. Very sore, actually. I wonder why my bike helmet hurts me.
Always sweep the ice. Profane language.
I've done this since firefighter. Riding bicycle.
Hey?
So they ride the bicycle.
Oh,
Never
yeah.
ran.
Dead break on half.
Yeah. Well, this year you don't. Last year, 4 or 5 years, and tried back legally there. Or we sing here in the belly. That's all it wasn't for me anymore. Full contact goal in there now.
You're with the men, right?
No, no, oh, no, I bowl with the seniors on Friday afternoon.
Go to a pub and then 30 seconds later.
No, they're mostly all old women, so they're the ones that talk to the old drunk. Oh, yeah.
One of my guys, 3 minutes, I think.
Curling teaches as much about life as it does about sport. Club, team, house, lead, rock. These are the words of our sport, words we embody, powerful words, words that speak to everything we represent: respect, togetherness, strength. Our games begin with a handshake and a kind word. We congratulate our opponents when they make a good shot. We remain silent when they falter.
Hey, UB.
We even call our own fouls.
Good.
When we win, we celebrate with modesty, with humility. We own our mistakes. When defeated, we concede without shame. Win or lose, we hug with abandon. Because we genuinely care about our fellow athletes. Curling doesn't discriminate. The ice doesn't judge. It adapts. It accepts. Curling isn't a book to be judged by its cover. On these sheets, everyone is on the same page. It's what's on the inside that counts. The path to victory isn't always smooth. We use friction as an advantage and adversity as an opportunity. The battle is within ourselves, to improve, to advance. We
Are you back on the air right at when they start
play with
0?
heart. We focus on these circles and imagine podiums in far-off places. Curling is what the world needs right now. Connection to one another. One team, one community. Curling is more than a sport. It's a lifestyle, a philosophy, a movement, a belief in self, in kindness, in good health, and in good fun. Supported by a passionate community steeped in tradition and united in pride. In a game of inches, every move counts. Are you ready to make yours? The support of the curling community makes it possible for thousands of kids across Canada to follow their dreams, on and off the ice. Thank you for giving generously.
It's all tied up 2-2. That's the territories in Nunavik, and on sheet F, the territories against PEI, and with a 2-1 lead, 2-2 there after 4 ends. And now British Columbia have sailed behind the T line on sheet E. So Newfoundland, Nunavik and the North Territories are tied 2-2 over in sheet C. And now she's calling for another corner guard, the BC skip, Laurie Olsen. Yeah, they're running about 14-2 to hog the hogs, which is roughly around 24.5 from the time you let it go and then it stops. So.
Got you enough space to it.
So British Columbia were lucky to come back and get that too. It was a great end that they did work there too. And now she's throwing a center line guard just off the center line. And Northern Ontario is calling to go into the house with their second, or their first rather, McCool's second rock. Draw into the button. And the girls are on it right away too, so this should swing big time for them. If she didn't get onto it, then she is a little light. She's going to be all over the front of the guard, off the center line of that one, so just a tad light. And now you'll see probably BC go into it. Draw into the top of the 12, yes. Come around there. And this is Lisa Robitaille. Robitaille throwing second stones for British Columbia. Calling for a draw to the top of the 12 foot. It isn't staying out for a long ways, and then it'll start breaking right at the hog line. And it should curl way over, and it's still not by the guard. And she kind of wrecked off a little bit on the guard, which gives her a nice center line guard, actually, where she has to steal. But Northern Ontario is going to peel. And it could be a double peel here, because she has one just off to our right. Sheet E. But this could be that nose hit to take nothing out of there. So. And it is. She never got her job, Pat. She was trying to open it up there, and she didn't. So she ended up hitting nose hit there to keep the center line covered. She's got one behind the T line. And now it's Lisa Robitaille throwing the second stone for Team BC. Welcome back, Patrick.
Yeah, just take a little break.
Oh yes. We all need a break.
Especially when nature's calling.
Yes, nature does call quite a bit as we get older. I believe she was trying to go through the hole, Pat, and she just got out a little wide on her, and she was heavy as it was, so.
Yeah.
She wants to open it up this time, I believe. Yeah, Pat, on sheet B, New Brunswick only picked up 1. We thought it was 2, but they corrected it, and it's only 1, so New Brunswick are down 5-3. This could be another nose hit, Pat.
Threw bigger weight at this.
Yeah, but it curled at the very end, and no, she's going to double peel. Great shot.
She opened it up anyway.
Yeah.
Partially. I imagine BC will try and plug that hole now.
Yeah, come right to the top of the 12-foot, Pat. And, the rink, Pat, some colorful. Everything is up and everything looks good. The sheets are well done, well advertised, and we do have quite a few banners, Pat, in our arena.
Yes, we do. A lot of juniors and seniors men's.
Yes, and the girls, the ladies, the girls champions.
And I see our accessible meeting. Their Canadian Division Impaired Curling Championship is up there right in front of us.
Oh yes, I see it there now, eh? The bronze medal winners. Yes, sir. She drew in. She's hanging right up the tee line.
Yes, it's a nice draw behind cover.
Yeah, and she's going to. I assume she might throw half weight here, maybe. No, yeah, I could say she's calling for back ring or backboard.
It's not a bad call if as long as she doesn't throw it too heavy. Even if she moves the red guard over.
Yeah, she can't, as long as she gets a piece of something there. I assume she's calling for hack weight, maybe even a little, just maybe a hair less than hack. See, no, that's about board there, Pat.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it looks to be board weight, and she's by the guard big time, so they should start curling in now. They're stepping and walking over there now, so there she comes.
Roll off of this.
Yeah. And she's going to roll behind her own. That's a great looking shot. Great looking shot.
Yellow's still the one counting.
Yes.
It's behind the tee line, and she's asking to come right in on top of it or up in front.
Yeah.
She's going to go in front of it.
Yeah, she wants to throw that in turn. I noticed that, Pat, that after the hog line, it starts to come around. It's come over.
Yeah, it breaks a lot. Runs pretty straight through the middle.
This is Kelsey Martin's first rock. No, that's correction on that. That was Kelsey's second rock, and she could have a good-looking rock here too, Pat. By the look, it starts to come over. But touch heavy, Pat, is she?
Looks like it might be a tad
A little
strong.
freeze would never hurt it either.
Oh, this is a good chance for a double now.
Yes. Yes, it is why nose hit should give her a double. Just an inside roll. That could spell trouble for British Columbia. This is Northern Ontario's third. Iluk, and this is her last rock. She's just looking for a nose hit, I believe, Pat, eh?
Bad looking shot.
Looks like she got a little high, but she got inside just a bit. Pat, look at her walking over. If you come down that, she'd buy it. Ooh, she got the outside of it.
Over-curled.
And great looking shot.
She got the double.
Great looking shot, Pat. Holy jumpins. That was a great shot.
And we're back to skip stones now.
Yes, we are, yeah. So this is Laurie Olson now throwing.
She's going to try and freeze up to that one behind the tee line on the left.
She's going to throw the out turn then, Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah, she threw a couple there, a couple ends earlier. They haven't thrown too many interns down here, Pat.
No.
No, it just seems.
It holds the line pretty good for a long time. And then it goes straight to break. Once it gets over to the left side, it really breaks hard from the hog line in.
Yes. Because they seem to be waiting for it and waiting, and all of a sudden it takes off. So here comes the out turn there. So
now it should start to break when it hits the hog line here. As the weight's coming off it.
They're on it now, Pat. Now she's starting to come forward. She's right to the back of it by the look of it.
Nice looking shot.
Nice looking shot, and she's line one.
Yeah.
I don't believe she's almost buried behind that front guard. But she's, by the looks of it, she's going to throw back board weight. And it might walk over for her. Back ring, maybe, two.
Yeah, she's taking the sights, so she's going to be throwing a little more weight than the
Yes.
BC skip beat. She's got to move that one, of course.
I don't believe she's second guessing herself. We've all done that, second guess yourself. But sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, Pat.
Many times.
Yes, if you're listening to this here, we're coming from the Miramichi Curling Club on the Miramichi towards the French Fort Cove. And the game started at 3 o'clock. They're all 8-end games, and there'll be another draw this evening at 7 p.m. The opening ceremony is at 6:15. So drop by if you're not doing anything, and say hello to our visiting teams, and welcome to our great city.
Yes, this, you were mentioning how the club looks so much brighter. A lot of that has to do with the LED lights they put in here a couple of years ago. And, really brightened the inside of the rink up a lot. Because, as you can see, they've repainted the bottom a dark blue, and normally that wouldn't do much for lighting up a building. But I think the LED lights really made a difference in this place. And I think with the power bill too. So.
Yes, it is, Pat, and we were also with the city. They helped sponsor this year, and we're changing the whole. They're going to change the whole lighting in all of the curling club to come to the LED lights, which is a great.
You're really going to have to sweep this to hold it because it'll be on that top red one if they don't.
Yes, and they are sweeping too, Pat. For all over the
It's on.
guard. So there's a little break there for BC, and it comes from this center line guard too, Pat. So
She'll have to plug that hole and block that up.
yeah. Or she can also leave it and come around, eh?
Well, she could.
Her best bet. That's
But
what she's
it's,
looking at.
But it's fairly easy to get it now if she doesn't block it off.
Yeah, she's going to throw a guard or draw. Yeah, well, she's debating. Her and her third, Kelsey Martin, are having a little discussion, and she's calling for the draw, Pat, I believe. And if she can, unless she's just going to throw a guard that with the intern, Pat, I'm not sure.
Yeah, this looks like what she'll do on her. It's either that or if she comes up late, she should plug the holes with that much ice. See what she does now.
Yeah, Laurie Olson, first. This is Laurie's last rock at the end, so she could be doing like you say, Pat, just throwing a guard. And by the look of that weight, Pat, you could be 100% right on that one. It will not break till it gets way down. Is it ever hanging out, Pat, on that intern? She's looking for a little wick. Is she? She was looking for a little wick. Oh, well, Pat, that's not too bad. Worked out pretty good for her, actually. Like we say, curling is you got to have the curling gods with you sometime. She might get through that hole. I don't know, Pat. You can look at the overhead here, but it doesn't look really promising.
She might try the intern draw.
Well, even throwing, try to get through that opening, she might be okay.
She should still be able to get a piece of the red here with this turn.
Yes, that's what Jackson is doing. That team Northern Ontario is just drawing to get a piece of the. She needs a piece of the forefoot, Pat, because we are. They are biting the forefoot with the yellow stone, British Columbia. So that was a great shot. A little bit of curling gods with her, but it all works out. And I see.
One thing about this game, you got to be prepared for setbacks.
Oh yes, big time, Patty.
You can't have messes all of them.
And I see Manitoba picked up another one, with, take a 6-3 lead over New Brunswick after 5 ends.
Stolen on there.
No, that wasn't a steal. No, they were forced to 1 because they were up 5-3, so they had the hammer. Manitoba did so.
Looks like she's a little light here.
She's going to be all over her guard, Pat, I believe. She would have been better off maybe trying to come through the port there, that hole that we see. But now we have a tie game after five ends, 4-4. So with 3 ends more to come, we have a tie game between Manitoba and Northern Ontario and British Columbia. There hasn't been too many rocks in play, Pat. Like the house right full of them. I've noticed keeping an eye on all the sheets there. And the most I ever see in a house is either 4 or 3, and then they take a couple out, and then there's none.
Yeah. Quite an echo with these earpieces on here.
Yes, they are. And if you wear glasses, which Pat and I both do, they're a little hard on the top of the ear part of it where your glasses go.
Usually just a gentle squeeze.
Yes. And our chairman, we can't forget our chairman here, Sean Ingersoll, Pat. He's also the president of the Miramichi Curling Club.
Yes, he has been for the past few years.
Yes, he kind of, once you get that position, it's hard to get people to get a new person in, because Sean likes doing it anyway. He told me he enjoys it.
He's doing a really good job with the club too.
Yes, he is. He's. I mean, his mom was the one. Her and I, our committee, we opened this up when it was new. His mom was the president back then, and now Sean has taken over as president, and he's doing a great job.
She's gonna get a tick here.
She is.
Lovely shot.
Yes, it was.
That's what they were planning to do.
Gives her 2 corner guards for herself, actually. So Olsen, usually that other team comes into the house, but she wants another guard. She's calling for a guard. Team BC. And Pat, we couldn't do this Travelers thing here without all our volunteers, and I know there's jumping spats. There has to be 50, 60 easily volunteers here for this Canadian Championship.
Well, you can see just there by the ambassadors, there's 28 teams here. We got 28 ambassadors, and then we got all kinds of drivers, and all the other people, a lot of people helping out on the ice, and all kinds of people cooking meals.
Yes, and there are meals here every day. You can get a breakfast here, Pat. I was looking at the prices this morning, and you can come down here to the Miramichi Curling Club and get a breakfast for $6, and then that's your coffee and tea included. So, and they have dinners and they have their suppers. I'm not sure on the supper side of it. I know they have their dinners and their breakfasts. So.
They make great hamburgers here too.
Yes, they're noted for their hamburgers. Whoever does that cooking in the back there, they great bunch of volunteers. Without them and the rest of the volunteers, this curling club is all run by volunteers, except for the one full-time person who is in the ice shed all the time doing the ice. Pat, I see you said there's ambassadors, and each team has their own ambassador. And the duties, I see you reading on here, Pat, the duties of the ambassador, and I was an ambassador with the senior baseball Newfoundland team, and I had a ball doing it. They're there to cheer the team on and practice and cheer them on and make them feel welcome and answer any questions they may have or where they have to go and provide assistance during the week. So, you know, it's not just driving them here and driving them there. There's other duties that the ambassador does.
Yes, that's for sure. It's more like your Miramichi guide when you have that.
Yes, yes. Yes, I see.
Only thing we can't do is take you fishing.
Well, the ice is not quite heavy enough to go ice fishing. Or right behind us here at the French Fort Cove, where everything is now snowed in. We kind of had an early winter, and I believe the snow is here to stay.
Well, for a while anyway.
Yes. I see. Now Northern Ontario drawing in there. British Columbia went in and chipped over one. Well, she will go behind the tee line.
It's number one.
It's still number one, yeah. I would imagine she's.
Lots of room to draw up to it.
Yes, they seem to have a lot of guards pad out front.
Yeah.
And you need them in a 4-4. If you're going to steal, you need those in a game. So I think everyone is getting used to their weight, Pat. Seem to have their draw weight down now.
Look a lot better now. They
Yes.
learned to line a little bit better.
Yeah.
This is a good looking draw here. And it should pretty much come up to that back. Northern Ontario just put it there.
Laying a broom, so she wants to keep it in front of the tee line.
Oh, they want it to curl too. So.
Yeah. Anyway, I see they finished up sheet 5, Pat. Yukon Territories PEI and Yukon Territories have a 4-2 lead.
They're doing awful well over there.
Yes. And they finished up on sheet A. Also, 4-1 lead for Alberta over Quebec. Ooh, they're all over the front guards.
They raise it in.
I don't think she's going to get a good nose hit, Patty, but she did too. And ends up being number 2. Who's up here, Pat? I would say they're number 1 and 2 and 3. She's going to block the holes. Team Olsen out of British Columbia, calling for a guard. Northern Ontario had them in trouble, and now they seem to be. They're the ones that are in trouble.
They seem to be struggling a little bit.
Yes, yeah.
White got their draw weight down. This could be on
Pat, is she going by the guard? No, she isn't. She's going to tap it? Yeah, she is going to tap it, but not enough to get in the house, no.
No. Just strong.
Ooh. It did go into the house. Pat, a little bite.
Gotta try and drive that one back.
Boys, if she plays that back, Pat, that could put Team British Columbia in a heap of trouble here.
See if that's enough ice for her.
I would imagine she's just throwing hack weight here, Pat. It should come over a bit for her.
Oh, it'll come over. Takes a
Trying to
while.
wait. Let's see if she's throwing.
Inside,
She come inside, Pat. Yeah, she's
turn it in a little bit.
it looked like she did, eh? And she's up with her weight too, Pat.
That's good though.
It looks good. I don't know if she's going to get it though, Patty. Yeah, she does. Nice. The girls held in a great shot. Now Northern Ontario, we're in trouble. Line 1, 2, and 3.
That's a perfect raise back there.
Yes, it was.
Really nice. See, unless he's wondering.
Hit and roll over.
Yeah, that's with all that granite out the front. That'd be lovely.
We were just talking about no rocks in play. Well, we have quite a few this end.
And a few over there on sheet C too.
Yes, there is.
9 rocks in the house.
One on the bottom. Oh, nice shot, Pat. Nice little roll. Will be enough? Yes, it is.
That's number 1.
Here's number 1. The triple. I don't know if that raises there again, is it, Pat?
almost come right through the hole and touch it. If it gets by that top yellow one, if it moves the top yellow one, then they got to replace it. So,
Only jumping. She is playing the draw.
I think maybe back waiting is what she's looking for.
I thought she was on the boom, but Pat, she looks to be a little heavy. No, it is not. Plan B, maybe? Ooh, she took that other raise away too, Pat. There's draw in here. Yeah, another hit and roll. That's what she's playing.
It's almost bored there. She threw
Yeah.
instead of hack. You want to come over, but
Yeah,
she might have picked that one.
Yeah, she was a little heavy. Laurie will now attempt her first shot at this with a hit and roll. Throwing the in turn. See New Brunswick with last rock over there, drawing to get two. They're counting one, so bring them back into the game a bit. Ooh. She got a good looking shot, Pat. They're calling. Too much ice. Great shot. Look at that, Pat. Right to the button.
It's 2 in a row that they made that hit and roll off right there.
I believe that this lady will have to do some house cleaning, Pat, in order for her to get.
Yeah, she's down the last 2 rocks.
Yeah, exactly. She's going to try and come through that hole, Pat? Is there an opening there, do you think?
Not much. She might be on the. If she does get through the hole, she's probably going to be on the red one front there.
Yeah.
Maybe hasn't got too much.
Could be almost, Pat. Even her first one would be to peel that red one and onto the yellow and open it up right up, because the red one could come out of the yellow sitting outside the rings.
Yeah, but her shooter would probably stay up there.
Yes, yeah, and you could be right. It could be there for her, but she has to open up. She wouldn't be playing a raise there, Pat, would she? On that long raise?
I don't think she's doing that.
No. She's quite sure.
Mulling it over back there.
Yes, she's quite sure. She's discussing it with her front end, but that's what she's playing.
See their time's getting down too.
Yes, they're down 7.5 minutes for, this is the 6th in. Oh.
Actually, their time on this bucket is when they cross the tee line of the house.
Oh, I see. Okay. She's trying to come through the hole, Pat. Like we had said. She's by it. She's by that front one. No, she's not. Ooh, that's not good. I would assume she's going to go with a center line guard here.
Well, I would think she has to, because one just threw that shot.
Yeah. I'm actually just wanted anywhere over the hog line, actually. Anywhere over the hog line on the center would help. Yes, Pat, this Travelers Championship is good for the Miramichi area, great for the economy, and I thought they might have been staying at the one hotel, but I was talking to them last night, and they are staying at all the hotels in the city.
They must have booked nearly could or wanted to or something.
Yeah, because you know you're talking 14 teams on each.
Yeah, there's hardly a place here that's big enough to hold everybody.
Exactly, because we've often thought about hosting the Canadian firefighters, but we don't never had the hotel space.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a good-looking guard here, Pat. We're just letting her fall off now and die. I can trade into the hole for her, which it is.
Yeah. Perfect.
Northern Ontario's in a little bit of a trouble here.
They're looking at
Well, the raise is there, Pat, I believe.
Time out. Honey.
Timeout. Northern Ontario is called a timeout on sheet E, which is
Time
a
out, knee.
30-second timeout. I don't know, Pat, does that start when the coach gets there or long before?
no, it doesn't start until the coach gets on the ice.
Okay. The raise is there for her, I believe, Pat, by the look of it. On the center line. She's looking at an angle raise, actually, but
That would be a double raise trying to get it in.
the other one, the yellow, would be the easier shot, wouldn't it, Pat?
I don't know if she can sneak by that top red on the right-hand side there on the top
What?
of the 12.
Yeah, but if she threw the intern at it, it might help. Hey, she hits the outside corner of it.
Yeah.
And there, that's the one I'm looking at where she is pointing. So
The angles are not too good on most of those there. So.
no, she overlapped it a little bit. So I see their coaches out there now, McFadden. McFadden.
Yeah, that's their fifth.
Oh, that's their fifth. Okay, okay. Maybe they.
Maybe.
Not everyone has a coach, eh?
Well, I'm not sure, but I mean, they could probably use anybody as a coach.
Yeah. And she is playing the angle raise, Pat. It's a tough shot. I don't know if she can lose too much, Pat. Maybe. That's what I'm thinking there. But the one she's pointing at, no, she's going for the raise there. It's a tough shot. I don't believe it's air, Pat, but and New Brunswick picked up 2. Pat, and they're now down 6-5 after 6 ends, with 2 more ends to go. Once again, the opening ceremonies here will be here this evening at 6:15 at the Miramichi Curling Club. And the next draws at 7 o'clock will be the men's draw. And on the men's draw this evening, I see the draw, Pat, is, I'm saying for 7, but it's not. It's at 7:30, the draw this evening. And it's Manitoba against Alberta, Saskatchewan against Northern Ontario. Here's the shot. Great shot. Great shot. Great shot.
That's the one she wanted to play all along.
Yeah, it was. She knew what she wanted. She called the shot. Great shot by Northern Ontario to pick up 1 for a 5-4 lead after 6.
That was quite a shot.
Certainly was.
Well, they took the time out and talked it over, and
It worked out well for them.
that seemed to be the shot she wanted to play right from the start of that. So.
And that is good. So going back to the 7:30 draw, Pat, according to the schedule, and the Saskatchewan, Northern Ontario, Nunavik against PEI. And Ice 4 is Ontario versus New Brunswick, and the Yukon Territories versus Nova Scotia on sheet 5, and Northern Territories versus Newfoundland on sheet 6. So our feature game on TV tonight will be the Yukon Territories and Nova Scotia this evening, Pat.
And the Bell one is Rocks on TV too.
Yes.
Saskatchewan, Northern Ontario.
Or on sheet 2.
That's
Yeah, and then here I see the ceremony 6:15 and then the draw. But it doesn't matter as long as you're here. It'll be underway 7 or 7:30, either one. So you can always step up and have a pop. It was a great shot by Northern Ontario skip. Jackson, great shot.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yes, with all the rocks of rope play and the ones.
You got to be pretty precise to make that kind of a shot.
Yeah.
Throw the right way with the brown, and then say a little prayer.
The curling gods were with you once again, Patty.
Sometimes it happens. Most times it doesn't.
Yes.
Actually, I'm quite impressed. They're very good club curlers.
Yeah, there is.
Very good ones.
And this is east. This is coming east for a lot of people. Their first time too, Pat. And this here's a top of the notch curling club here in New Brunswick. Probably one of the nicest ones we have here in the province.
Yes, we might well toot our own horn here.
Yes, exactly. So.
Because I've curled in a lot of them around the province. And look at sheet A over there.
Holy jumping. Sheet A has rocks galore. 1, 2, 3.
10 rocks in the house, and there's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 biting the 4-foot.
That'll be a judge's nightmare, the referee. Now we have the first 3 rocks are out in the free guard zone, and now BC has opted to draw in around them.
I see we're down to the last rock over in sheet A. I don't know, you needed a small howitzer to get all of those out of there.
It looks they're sweeping stayed along close to the board area, Patty.
Well, they must have already made up their mind which one is number 1 there.
And BC has drawn in and to the tee line, just a little bit, not quite guarded. It's still wide, it's still open.
British Columbia was off to a bit of a slow start, but they really picked up the tempo lately.
Yes, they have. They seem to have gotten down to their draw game, Pat. They were having a little problem with the hitting game, and
They're down to their second win for sure.
yes. Well, all the rocks are gone off of sheet A, and we don't know who got what there, but we'll keep you informed.
There was a nice takeout
That's
there.
a gorgeous takeout by Northern Ontario.
Yeah. Block.
And Laurie has called for a hit and roll. And PEI on sheet F, Pat, have picked up one to make it a 4-3 game after 6.
Yeah, that's the Yukon Territories leading that game.
Yes. She's going to hit it a little bit of a roll, nose hit. Oh, she's got a little bit of a roll, not much. Still wide open.
We're down to Jackie Lorzell throwing now. Let's see if she can make that shot.
The ice hasn't slowed down any, Pat. It's still staying at a good 14-2, 14-3, so see they lowered their weight. Oh, she just got by. Nice shot. She's going to hang by. Yes, she is. She's going to be... And it comes out the other side, but it's open on the other side, on the in-turn side.
One of those little spin backs.
Oh, it did too, but it looks from up here, Pat, it looks like it's still, you can see partial of it.
Oh yeah, it's, those 2 rocks are far enough apart, it'll still curl quite a bit.
Yeah.
To get by the top one.
Got you to BC.
I think she's not going to fool around with it though. She's probably going to
She's getting rid of that guard.
play that top red one. Yeah. Look for a. She seems to have a tendency to like those hit and rolls. BC skip.
So, Pat, they picked up 2 on that end, Quebec, with all those rocks that were into the 4-foot area.
Yeah.
So they're back in the game after being down 4-1. It's now a 4-3 lead for Alberta. She got out a little bit and threw a. Once they throw that big weight, Pat, it just stays out on them, eh? So
it won't throw with any extra weight at all.
we got some close games. New Brunswick are down 6-5. Nunavik and the North Territories. North Territories are up 4-2. Newfoundland, Nova Scotia. And Newfoundland is up 3-2 after 6. 2 ends to come.
They're all pretty close games. They're all biggest spread we got is 2 points.
Yes, and she called for a goal around the front guard. She could be all over the yellow, maybe. I'm not sure. Yes, she is too. And she had the great weight.
I think that's called not quite getting out to the broom.
Yes, yeah, she could have. She never had put. Had the right weight, just never get out to the broom, as you say.
Going after the #1 shot here.
Yeah, she is. Be a nose hit, maybe.
A lot of raw.
Well, just makes them play a different sheet of ice. Do you want to be down 1, coming home, and with the hammer or up 1? You know, that old saying once again.
Yeah. Threw a lot of weight at this.
She did too. It's staying out on her too, Pat. I don't know if she's going to hang around or not. I don't believe she is. No. Now BC will come around those 2 front guards off the center line.
Oh, for sure. That's the only potential you got up there right now.
Yeah, and she's throwing the intern at it. So, and it does walk over there with that intern.
Actually, the ice looks pretty good because it is curling both ways, and you alter your weight a little bit, and it'll run straight for you for the takeouts and hit and rolls. Ice is looking really good there. She's got a nice looking shot here too. If she's got enough weight. A little on the light side, I think.
She's by both guards. No, she's going to bite the.
Might just get
She is by. As long as it doesn't come out the other side. And it peaked. Might be peeking out the other side, Pat. I'm not sure, but
not very much.
it's top of the 8 foot.
Yeah. Just
And
not even going to bother trying.
no, she's going to go around all the rocks.
Any more ice she's asking for. They're down to only 5:18 left, so we gotta save some time here someplace if we can.
Yes, they're only looking at 5 minutes here. There's still lots of time, Pat, to play an end, according to their watches. She's going to be awful close, Pat. She's got a good-looking shot. Starting to walk over for her now.
Hasn't got very much weight though. Too light.
Oh, jumping. That's not good. Put another one in there.
One behind BC will be laying 2.
Have to get her on the yes.
And they have the hammer too.
Yes, they do. And because that other one on the center line it could be used as a raise if you can get inside of it. You have to get inside a bit of it.
Yeah.
But Team BC with Laurie Olson throwing the skip rock. First of 2. And BC down 5-4 with the hammer. See, they finished up on sheet B, Pat, that end. They're coming home now, the 8th end. And I'm not sure who scored.
Brunswick's throwing first, so they must have scored.
Yeah, they just haven't put up the score, Pat. So New Brunswick
Must have scored at least one. So
she's coming around now. Here she comes.
didn't finish for it.
But that's a pretty good spot, Pat. Because if she's not on the nose of it, she's going to roll to the 8 foot.
Yeah.
Which BC would love to have it roll to the outside.
Brunswick got 2 there, but let's see.
Putting up a score there now.
Yeah. They'll be up 7-6.
Excuse me. Yes, that was a great steal then from the Team New Brunswick over Manitoba. This is a big shot here for Jackson, Northern Ontario.
Yeah, Katie Jackson.
Yes. Looks to be a little heavy, Pat. Is she inside?
Not heavy.
No,
They
she's
just-
good.
They
She
gotta
looks to
hold
be-
it. They gotta hold it though.
It's starting to curl now. She's by it. Oh,
Looks like it could give up a 3-under here.
well, she might, Pat. Bite the 12 foot would be the ideal shot.
Or anyway, this is the last shot of the end.
Is this it, Pat? This is the hammer draw for 3, and that's a big. That extra deuce, Pat, makes a big thing here. So,
Oh yeah.
and New Brunswick is up 7-6, coming home in the 8th end.
Yeah. And Manitoba was
Why New Brunswick is throwing up corner guard or guards out front, but strategy, I guess. And I see the Northern Territories, Pat, stole 2 ends, last 2 ends, and are now up 5-2 over Nunavik. Draw for 3. 2 up 7-5 after 7.
looks pretty good.
Yeah, they're just sweet. They're just keeping it clean. Little tap and a hit. And draw for 3. So they are now up 7-5 after 7 ends for BC, who seem to have found their game. Who I hear them talking behind us there, Pat, that someone has to play quick, but oh, they're still on the sheet F, Pat. They're still in the 7th end, but and still 2 rocks to come, Pat.
4 minutes left to play the last stage.
It's gonna be touch and go.
That's Redstone, so that's
Yeah,
Yukon Territory.
yes, it is. Yeah. Now we see how Olsen plays this end. I would assume she'd like to come into the house, being up 2. And she is going to get a piece of the 12 foot.
Full 12.
Yeah. And over in sheet A, Pat, there's one team there with only 2 minutes and 35 seconds left.
Yeah, that's Quebec.
Quebec. That's all them rocks I've been playing earlier.
They have been back and ready to go. This is one that's she won the guard, but
It's a long corner guard, Pat.
they made it over the hogline.
It's a long corner guard. Pat, if they do run out of time, they automatically lose, don't they? Unless they're in the hat getting ready to throw.
Well, they go by their score, they'd be done.
Yeah. be a little heavy coming through, Pat.
I would say so, yeah.
She just wanted to hit off her own, I believe. Another guard called by Jackson, skip from Northern Ontario.
Yeah, Katie Jackson.
Yes, sir.
And she's asking the cool one to do it.
She pulled the string on that one a little bit too, Pat. Now the Team Olsen will try to keep it clean by peeling. Get rid of some guards.
And that's the problem. They're much easier to make those double peels when they're closer together.
Yes.
And I think they've used one time only for last shot already, so we're gonna have to switch back to ready to go this way. 41 was one time especially with Tiger. Yeah.
And she hit the back one, which she was after. And the one way up by the hog line, I don't imagine would come into play very much. Ooh, big miss there, a nice on sheet B, Pat, New Brunswick. Once again, Jackson calling for the guard.
This one's hanging out a little bit more than the last one. Partially covered, but I think it's quite available.
Yes, but that long guard, like we were saying over the hog line, usually that they don't come into effect too much.
Turned that one a little bit.
Did she? Well, she would take the guard away anyway, but it looks like she's by it. No, she's not. She did take it away, so a chance for Ontario, Northern Ontario, to lie to or guard. No, she has to throw on the guard. It was a good call.
Put another one up.
Get it over that line. Now she's starting to bend for them.
You're almost on top. Worked out pretty well.
Yeah, that's two misses, Pat, for Team New Brunswick there. They were trying to get that raise over there. That's their other game is being televised also is being done on sheet 2. We're just keeping you updated from sheet 5. And we will keep an eye on all the scores that are happening right now. Alberta over Quebec right now, 6-3 coming home in the 8th end. Brunswick's up Manitoba 7-6 coming home in the 8th end, with Manitoba counting 2 in the rings. 5-2 for Northern Territories over Nunavik, coming home in the 8th end, and Nova Scotia and Newfoundland are all tied up at 3, with the hammer going to Newfoundland, coming in the 8th end. So she's calling for another guard, Pat, I see.
Yeah, she's got to get some marks in play. She's got to get at least 2 to tie the game. So.
Looks like she might have a good looking guard pad to get it down a little further. Just keep sweeping it. deep as they can. Great shot. She's going to have to take the one that's sitting on the button.
She'll have to make a move. The double kill here.
It might be, Pat. Triple kill, maybe.
She's got a corner guard and one on the hose. Some of these are running out of time, huh?
Yes, we're down to 2 minutes, 1:26 there on sheet C. On sheet A, the team down is down to 2-minute warning.
Well, she'll have a minute for her last drop if she goes down with those now. That's frustrating.
Calling for the drop. Actually, has a good-looking shot there coming around that corner guard. Should be room. Should be lots of room for her.
Oh, yeah.
Now BC. What do you come out the other side? I don't think so, Patty.
She can
She's
get
going
the
after
back
that.
one.
Yeah, well, that's the one she's going to go after. Because the nose hit will give her, should give her the number 1 rock. Great guard there that Manitoba threw up to New Brunswick.
Yes, that one.
It's the big shot here for Team BC.
Yes, it is.
And Laurie Olsen. Ooh.
I imagine Northern Ontario's holding their breath right now. This Laurie really started throwing well after the break.
They're getting her to sweep all the way. Patty, did she come inside?
I think she's on the top one.
Well, I wouldn't imagine. Ooh, that's not good, Pat.
She didn't get it all the way out either, so
No,
another one behind and
holy jumpings.
might have a chance for 3 there. This is pretty good,
Chowder, yes, sir. No, the runs are coming down once again. They're in trouble.
Last
She
rock. She made a double.
I'm out.
Just
On
about.
E.
She did make a double, Pat. Now she's calling for a draw around, I assume, Pat, on the Northern Ontario rink.
Yeah, they asked for a timeout, did they? Or, yeah, it was that.
Yeah. I think what I call wouldn't matter, but I would say go around that corner guard, Pat, and you.
I would think so. Well, I would think not much else you can do. Otherwise, you're setting up a double for her.
Yes.
And whatever she does here, she needs a hit and roll behind that herself. So you may have a draw for 3 to win the game.
And they are look to be a young-looking team, Pat. Clubhouse team.
Yeah. Of course, at her age, look at they're all looking aggressive.
That is true, Patty. That is true.
Anything that wasn't born in the 70s is young to us.
Yes. Also, one of the major sponsors here today is Bell. We'd like to thank them for these televised streamlines of the Canadian Championship for the Travelers.
Yes, they're doing a great job with this and other things too, like hockey and
Yes, one of the volunteers were saying that he did 7-8 hockey games this past weekend, and he said this year would be a joke to do with the curling side of it. He's not moving around as much, so.
when you're having a little more what kind of think about stuff in hockey. The games
Oh.
go so fast, and you don't know the players' names. And
Yes, exactly, yeah. So the draw is on. The 8th end. And we have some happy campers, Pat, on sheet D with that shot.
sounded like it.
Yes, it sounded like it in Newfoundland.
See how Katie Jackson does now. She was a little late with some of her draws earlier.
Yes, yeah, in the early stages, and then she seemed to got the ice, and
She hasn't got it too late now.
oh, she's
She's a little late.
she might be in the 12-foot area, Pat. She's light, is correct, Pat. That was a no.
She had draw weight there in the early part of the game, but she seems to have lost it now. She thinks it's way faster than it really is.
And Pat didn't look like she got out to the broom either, because she
Well,
took
I
the
think
same
with-
ice.
I think with that, just that touch more weight, it wouldn't have went over that far and wrecked on that yard. So.
Yeah. This New Brunswick coming in there to, they're all over the front guard. Oh, that's not good.
Game over.
Game over.
Yeah.
It is game over.
Yes,
Manitoba has defeated New Brunswick.
There's Olson's last shot. Trying for a takeout on that.
She'd be nice to hit the stick, actually, what she'd like to do.
Yellow one there.
Yeah, she's by. I don't think she's going to hang, is she? She,
Might be a tie game
she's-
there. She can drop.
this could be an extra end.
She just missed her. Just missed it.
Yes, yes, I see that. She skinnied by that, as we would call that in the curling game. She skinnied by it.
Yeah.
So the sheet B, the game is over. Manitoba has defeated New Brunswick. I believe they picked up 3 in the last end, so that would make it 9-7.
Yes.
We have a timeout on sheet D between Nova Scotia and Newfoundland, with Newfoundland with the hammer, and they are line 1.
See if we can get a split on her here this time.
Yeah, because she.
Looks like she might have given a hair more.
Well, they're sweeping it, Pat. Well, it looks like it has lots, Pat.
This one does.
Yeah, she should be good there. She should be good. Keep it clean.
14.1.
14, so that's right to button, either hog to hog, as we call it. So we do have extra ends, our first extra end game on sheet E between Northern Ontario and British Columbia. Let's skip Laurie Olson for BC and Miss Jackson for Northern Ontario.
Yes. Katie Jackson and Laurie Olson.
And I believe it's over on sheet A too. And it looks like Alberta was over Quebec. Pat, I didn't get a score on that, but the game is over. So we have 3 more games left on the sheet. Sheet D.
Yeah, well, Alberta won that game, I think.
Yeah, Alberta won. It didn't matter what the final score was. They were up 6-3. So this is Newfoundland throwing right now. And they do have the hammer, so I don't know. I think Nova Scotia are going to draw around, or they're going to hit and play the double and let her draw.
Neither team has much time left.
No, one's a minute, and so they're going to talk. And as the team minutes go, they each have 30 minutes of playing time, I guess that's called.
Yeah.
And we have a break there as we go extra ends on sheet E. And just Team Province there, our ambassadors there for the Alberta men's is Greg Gallivan. And the Alberta women's is Pearl Matheson, another volunteer. And the British Columbia men's and women's are Carol Ferris and Alice Ferris. And the Quebec men's and women's is Hubert Williston and Lucy Duplessis. And the Saskatchewan men's and women's is John Cavanaugh and Connie Cavanaugh. Northern Ontario men's and women's, Terry Underhill and Sandy Mason. Northwest Territory, the men's and women's, Bob Mason and Donald Clancy. She's playing a double here on sheet D, and I don't believe she has it, Pat. So a hit the red and stick would, whether she sticks or not, doesn't matter. It would be game over, as long as she didn't remove her yellow. And we have a game finished on sheet F, Pat. I believe the Yukon Territory is upset. I don't know if it's an upset, but the PEI.
Yeah. They played a good game over there, Yukon.
And going back to the ambassadors of the Northwest Territory, the men's and women's, Bob Mason, Donald Clancy, I had said that. And Nunavik, both men's and women's, is Bernie O'Shea and Sharon Robinson. The Yukon men's and women's, Pat Hayes and Ann Dwyer. Newfoundland, Don Walls and Amy Matchett. New Brunswick men's and women's, Bill and Linda Treadwell. Nova Scotia, John Jardine and Ann Jardine. PEI men's, Harold Dunaher, Joyce Fry. Manitoba men's and women's, Kirby Curtis and Christine Villeneuve. And Ontario men's is Merle Canad. Now hit. No, and Nova Scotia has called a timeout.
With 19 seconds left.
Holy jumpins. That's pushing. Okay, we have an extra end here on sheet E, our TV feature game, where British Columbia will retain the hammer.
I think she called time. We just said she could get down the other end.
Oh, I
of
see.
the ice.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is a big shot for her, Pat. The nose hit should give her the double and force Newfoundland to draw. She got out a little wide, Pat, did she? It's coming in for her, though. Look at that, Pat, curling with that weight. Is she going to chip it? No, I'm sorry.
Cut it too thin.
Yeah, Newfoundland has won the game. 4-3 over Nova Scotia. She's just a little light on her takeout, Pat, I believe. Now we have one feature game, our TV game between Northern Ontario and British Columbia.
Yeah, extra end here. And Northern Ontario tries to put up a center guard, but it's over more like a corner guard.
And Laurie's calling for to go into the house, try to keep the front open for her last rock. Which is being thrown the first rock, Andrea Barassa. Just wants it into the house. On the button wouldn't be too bad. Not laying a broom to it, Pat.
Behind the corner guard.
Just taking it to just behind the tee line, Pat. Your headset, Pat, is a little heavy on the ears, especially when we wear glasses. I find that I have that problem too when I'm driving my ATV. So when I'm wearing my helmet and glasses.
Yeah.
Once again, this thing couldn't be done without all the volunteers, Pat, that we have at our curling club, and everyone else that's involved. And we'll get a list of our sponsors there, and we'll read them out at this evening's draw. Pat and I are back on the ice at 7 o'clock this evening in the men's draw.
Yes, on the same sheet ice here.
Yes, yeah, they're only televising the sheets on 2 and 5, so it makes it a little easier for us and for the other volunteers.
This is a much better center line guard, but they've already got one in on the forefoot. So
yeah, so she just would like to come up, probably, Pat. I'm going to say just at the top of the 12 or somewhere
would be the best spot. It's pretty light.
It is light, Pat. She's going to be deep. She's going to be deep for guard, though. She's going to be deep for guard. It's a good-looking shot, Pat. Just hanging up front. That's not bad.
The problem is you put another center line guard on. If the one can get behind them, it makes it very difficult to remove it.
Yeah, I believe my next shot, if I was BC, would try to open it up. She probably will open that up a bit, Pat. If it's hindering her, it depends on what Northern Ontario does here.
I think that's probably going to be all over that yellow one unless they get on it.
That looks to be pretty light too, Pat. Yeah, she's on the inside of it by the look of it.
Just don't seem to be taking enough ice for those shots.
I don't know, Pat. Even if it would have made the house, would it? It might never. But
No, but
I think BC better.
much BC's been taken out in the 12-foot for that the come arounds, and
I figured that you might clean
Northern
this.
Ontario is taken just at the edge of the 8 there most of the time, or just into the 12.
Unless they're missing the broom a bit, Pat, are they?
Ah,
You hate to say that to the.
it's a stumble by Robitaille there.
Ooh, yes, she kind of put a little mark on the. Well, she could have a double hit here, Pat. Well, she got rid of one. A little slip, snafu there. Might have stretched her out a bit. I believe Northern Ontario is going to draw in once again anyway.
Well, they have to try her.
Even the intern, Pat, is wide open for them. And that's what she's looking at, I believe.
She's going to ask for a hit on that yellow and stop up in front of the ring.
And roll to the center line. It's a little noisy there behind us right now, but that's just the games have all ended now, and people are coming upstairs.
Just having a chat.
Yeah, it's 5:30 our time here in the Miramichi.
Almost time for supper going.
Almost, yeah. Then back here again for 6:15. Well, the opening ceremonies, as long as we're here by 6:30, we'll do a little bit of homework on the men's teams.
She's having a little trouble wondering what to do here for sure.
Well, she's calling a draw to that one and roll.
She wants to hit that yellow one in the 12-foot.
They better sweep because it will move over for them.
Once it gets up there, it does, yeah. She got by. Made the shot.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of a roll.
Now, that's not too bad, Pat. She still has something she can use on the outside.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I would.
See if this Robitaille can hold her footing this time.
And BC is called appeal, so. And she has her peel, Pat, by the look of her, she miss it. No, she got a piece of it. Just is right, yeah. Now, Northern Ontario, I assume, will throw another guard up. Oh, draw to the face of that. That's not bad. Good call.
I try to draw right to it.
Yeah, this is
Well, it's behind the tee line, so
this is our last four rocks. We look. The third is and has to freeze to the face of that BC stone.
there's a lot of pressure on these club curlers.
Yes, it is, especially especially they don't realize it, but they are on TV, whether it's being streamed, it's live. So
She didn't want to be light there.
and she looks like Pat. She get out a little wide. Ooh,
Just touched it. But she's in play.
she's in play. She's number 2 rock.
Now BC wants to freeze right in front of it.
Yes. Calling the draw. She's taking the same ice.
Yeah.
The other one was a little heavy and never come over for her, but
It's quite a bit quieter, eh?
yes, she's got the. She have the line, Pat. I know she has the weight.
Well, the sweepers picked her up right away.
Good looking shot, Patty.
That thing wanted shots.
She is number 2, Pat, out of the overhead camera. I'm looking at. She is biting the forefoot, and the other one looks like it's just off the forefoot in the back end.
Trying another freeze on top of those two. Corner freeze.
Even if she can down Pat and even throws to the head of face of her own, Pat, she would be number 1.
I know, but it'd be behind the tee line. And it'd be wide open.
Yeah, and there would be pressure.
Oh, yeah. She got almost the same as last time, a little wider on it.
She out
I think
wide.
she had a touch more ice.
Looks like she might be all over her own, is she?
No, it's going to walk across there. She wanted looking for that corner freeze on it. She got it. Just where she wanted.
Great shot.
Not
Still number
one.
2.
Yeah, she's number 2.
She gets the inside roll of that. The BC could have a double here, but
Well, if they hit it,
you know,
then she's got to throw some weight at this.
Kelsey Martin, yeah, she has to throw a little bit of weight. She's got to be careful not to go off her own. That's all. She throw, Pat. Looks like she threw board. Starting to come over a little bit too much
No,
weight,
she,
Pat.
She threw too much. She's not moving
She's
that
coming off of her own. I don't know, Pat. I believe she's still number 1. She's
Yeah.
she believes she's still number 1.
I think it's red, yellow is still number 1 there.
I would say the overhead camera, but and just calling for a draw once again, Pat, to the face of the yellow BC stone.
Katie Jackson's going to try and
Winning
get in
team
there.
coming up the stair in the background there. We can hear some fans clapping for them. They do have a lot of the fans come with them.
She's going to try and sit on that yellow one now.
Yes, yeah, she would sit straight to the face of that. It'd be hard to. She's got a good looking shot.
Didn't throw a lot of weight.
No, and that should walk over for her pretty good, Pat. Right after the hog line, starting to come there now. So here she comes. So look at it walking. She's going to be all over that.
She's following it right up there. Come on. You can't give up on it now, else.
Oh, they burned it. Did they burn that?
I don't know.
It picked or they burned it. One or the other, Pat. It's hard to say, but
They didn't stay right on it. They needed to.
no.
No, it's
So
going to
what does she do? She's looking to see which one is the counter, and she believes it's hers.
I think it's the yellow one. That's
I believe so too. So what do you do here? I mean, even nose hitting the back one, Pat, would be the answer too, wouldn't it?
Well, that might be the only shot she has. So.
Yeah, she's playing the back one, Patty, I believe. Even she doesn't want. I don't believe she wants to hang around either.
Well, she shouldn't. Not back there.
No,
Just give her a pocket. if she
Yes,
does.
yeah. Oh, here comes Lori Olson's
First shot.
first shot. Yeah, this is Lori's first shot. We believe she's trying to take out the back one in the back of the forefoot. So with that weight, Pat, could be a draw. I'm not sure.
No.
Or that line.
She just clip it and roll out. She doesn't want to stay.
No,
there.
I believe that. Yeah.
It's going to curl on her.
they can hold it, Pat. It might stay. Yeah, they're holding the line pretty good, Pat. They're holding it pretty good.
It's going to stay there, though.
No, a little roll. That's pretty good, Pat. She's on the back one, so the one has no shot but to drop to the. She would be number one, Pat, if she drew.
Time out.
She would be number one, Pat, if she drew to that back 4 foot, the one in the yellow.
Yeah, I think she was looking at getting a corner face on the yellow one on the side.
But I don't believe that's there, is it, Pat? To come around that front, that red one.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of movement there after. You've seen how much.
Yes.
Cuts on it.
So she is playing the same shot, Pat. With that much ice.
Yeah, for sure. 'Cause even if she gets into the 4 foot up ahead of it for number one, it's going to be not easy to take out.
No, exactly, too. So.
Of course, the last one she threw, I think they should have been sweeping it all the way, I believe.
Yes, that would have rolled out. Probably she would have held the line on it. Anyway, this is Jackson's last rock in the Northern Ontario. And Pat, this is going. I don't know if she has the weight.
You better stay on this.
They're having a hard time judging that. They're starting to come walk over for her now. She could have a good-looking shot here, Patty.
Well, you better stay on it, girls. Come up late again.
That was a tough break. It was just a bad sweeping call, and BC comes out on top of this one, 8-7 in extra ends. So we will be back on the ice tonight, Pat, again at 7 o'clock, and so we will see everyone here at 7 p.m. Sorry about that.
Yes.
Have a good night. Thank you. Oh, my ear. Fuck, they're hurting ears. With the glasses, eh? That's what's going on, my glasses. Huh? Yeah, there's such, and it does that with my ATV bike too. Same thing. Yeah. Oh, okay. We're all in the same boat.
Thank you, Bert.
Yellow one.
All right, I'll see you after.